Welcome to Fierce and Fearless, the go-to podcast for the modern unstoppable woman. We are your hosts, and I'm Sonali Singh, a fitness enthusiast, a fierce entrepreneur, and the founder of Feed Smart.
And I'm Zoe Modgill, your guide to all things fitness, nutrition, and beyond, encouraging strength in every aspect of life.
Together, we're here to explore the world and the spectrum of womanhood, motherhood, careers, fitness, nutrition, and even mental health.
We're here not just to share insights, but to debunk myths and offer tangible tips that empower you to lead a life that's both dynamic and balanced.
So get ready to explore new perspectives.
Let's dive in.
Hi, I'm Sonali, and today we're recording episode 6 of Fierce and Fearless, and our topic is Mastering the Jungle, Fierce Time Management for Moms Who Are Balancing It All. Wow, that's a loaded topic, but it's extremely close to my heart. As a mompreneur, time management is absolutely crucial. There's just not enough hours in a day to raise a baby, start a business, manage a house, and also remember to take care of yourself and your body. And honestly, I've been working now for 15 years, and I've been working very operationally heavy roles in restaurants, events, catering, cloud kitchens, which require me to be on my feet all day and clocking in 15K a day. But just starting a business when you have a 6-month-old child is a whole different ballgame. Even though I had planned it, I wanted to start my own business, you can never really understand what you're really going to go into until you actually really go into it. And the interesting part is that being a mother and starting your own business, you really do get backed up against the wall when it comes to getting shit done in 24 hours in a day, including sleep. And you pick up a lot of skills on the job, which I think today we'll talk in deeper about, so that if you are a mom who wants to start a business or is looking forward to getting back to work, or is even looking forward to just doing childcare, this episode should help you. So you've had a similar but different journey. What are your thoughts on this topic?
Thanks, Sonali. Hi, guys. This is Zoe, and I think this is a great topic to ease back into after my trip solo with my 2 children. My husband was present, may as well have not been. It teaches you juggling and multitasking on some other level altogether. Yeah. So this is a great way to get back into giving firsthand experiences to all of these sort of aspects of our lives. I think it is great that we got together some facts, and even for myself, this is a good perspective to see these facts. And I think that is what we have listed out here. So I'm literally going to read out these facts because they are very useful in providing some basic outlines to what mums or women are in generally thinking when it comes to trying to juggle this whole thing called life, okay? And what's expected of us, okay?
Yeah, so these were shocking.
Fact number 1, the American Psychological Association reports that 44% of working mothers experience chronic stress due to juggling multiple roles. Number 2, proper time management can lead to a 25% increase in productivity, according to research by the University of California. Number 3, studies, including those by Stanford University, show that multitasking can reduce productivity by up to 40%. Wow. Number 4,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. A study by the International Labour Organization indicates that Indian women spend about 352 minutes per day on unpaid care work, compared to 52 minutes for men. Hence my little statement there, which I opened up with. Anyway, point number 5, during the COVID-19 pandemic, a survey by the Azim Premji University revealed that 47% of working women in India reported an increase in domestic workload. Shocker. Why us and why not men? I have to cut some credit here. My husband is quite good at housework. Right?
Of course.
But anyway, so these facts, I think, set a really good platform for us to understand how, as mothers, especially as you pointed out, you were able to juggle time efficiently and actually start a business, which I think is really cool with a 6-month-old. Yeah, why don't you lead us a bit further into what and how you did it?
Yeah, a few sort of tips that have come out after this journey might be slightly more towards women who are actually looking to start their own business. But over here, it's time management is equally important for someone who's going to a 9-to-5 job after the 6-month maternity leave, is trying to raise a child on their own, even though they don't have a job. That's equal amount of work, or you're just trying to sit down and try to understand what it is you want to do if you're looking to start a business, right? You're going back into incepting and thinking, which, I mean, you generally need a slightly more open mind to be able to do that, which is not just packed with a lot of shit to do. Okay, so now, based on the fact that Zoe read out that multitasking actually reduces productivity by 40%. Now, I had no idea. I thought that multitasking is the way to go. I was like, damn, I'm so good at it. I'm sure I can do this all.
Dude, you read the words out of my mouth. I was saying that I am so good at it. I would compete with anybody on multitasking. Give it to me.
And that's what mothers are so good at. But does that mean that you're effective at time management? No. And before this, I've done a lot of research and read a lot of books also about it. And it actually, multitasking does not help you increase productivity, right? It just makes you get shit done. But a lot of times you have different types of things that you have to do. Here are 4 things that have worked very well for me. So when I had to do all this, I looked up this matrix called important and urgent, and you'll see it up on your screen, where basically it's in 4 quadrants, and you've got important, not important, urgent, not urgent, right? So what happens is that whenever you have a huge list of things to do, if you actually compartmentalize it, you realize that a lot of your time is spent doing urgent but not important work, right? And these are just daily tasks. The whole day goes just doing this. And as masters of multitasking, we probably finish that list and we're like, damn, that was a great day. Yeah. But what about the really important stuff to do that might not be urgent, right? Thinking about putting some numbers together. What is the amount of money you need to start your own business, right? What is the content you need to create to get yourself to look better, or to create your business or your brand or your personal image? These are all things that take some time, they take some energy, and you have to do it in a certain schedule time. And you need to schedule it because sometimes the brain is also very smart, right? It just wants to get things done. So it's going to ignore the important stuff because you have to work harder, you have to sit down, you have to think about it, to write. All of
That's me for the last 3 years is that.
Yeah. So this matrix really helps. If you just compartmentalize your list again on this and then work it out. This is my shit to get done because I'm doing 5 things in a go. This is my, okay, I'm scheduling time. My child is sleeping. I have 1 hour and I can do deep focused work just now. So that was one. The second thing I would go to is, which comes from this, is right, taming those distractions. We live in a technology-heavy world, hyperconnectivity, phone, ping, 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 child crying, crying, crying. It's very hard to do deep focus work. So actually tame those distractions. When you know you're going to sit down and do that important stuff, put your phone off, put your child, baby to sleep, even if it's 30 minutes, put your phone off, switch off your emailing and just focus on that. If you do 30 minutes of deep focused work, you would probably get what takes you 3 to 4 hours to do in a distracted world. So taming those distractions and doing deep focus work is actually really, really important. This leads to my third thing, which is scheduling. I love scheduling. Everything has a time. Everything has a pop-up. I don't need to remember when I have to do it because I've already scheduled it. I buy a calendar diary on the January of every year. It's been 5 years. And I schedule every day. And I schedule things that might be even 2 weeks in advance. But it really helps because it clears the clutter. I don't need to remember. That's a big problem. Nap times are a big boon in those first 2 years, right? Because that's the only time you actually get without distractions. So use them. I use them a lot. I used to sit with my daughter and I'd have my laptop and that's when I'd put my phone off and I'd just do that deep focus work during nap times. And the last most important is you have to sleep, right? Yeah. Because none of this is going to happen if you don't sleep, dude. I told my husband that if I have to build this business, I need to sleep. I've done my breastfeeding for 14 months. It's on to you now.
Dude, I don't know how your husband agreed to that, by the way. And I really want to say, any women out there whose husband did the nights, I really want to have a chat. Because your guy seems like a dream guy, okay? Because I don't know. I don't think it's that common, if I'm right.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not common. I agree. But I think that what's more uncommon is that women don't ask, right?
Yeah.
So if you know that you want to build something, you know that you need something because it's important for your sanity through the day, ask your husband, ask your mother-in-law, I don't know, figure it out. If you think that you need a nanny and you can afford to get one, get it. It does not make you less of a mom, right?
Yeah, I struggled with asking for help thing, for sure.
So these 4 or 5 things is what really got me. I use these tips really well, just brainstorming and getting Feed Smart up and going.
Yeah, I think these are such a more concise way to approach dealing with time management because I definitely have been in the state of, I wouldn't call it winging it, but at least in a state of, I know the overall way in which these things have to be managed. And then that's how I get my shit done. And it's literally been on repeat for nearly 3 full years, taking in mind being pregnant for 2 of them. So it's like trying to utilize time. And I think you are right. I actually find so many mums and things that I've worked with just from the physical aspect of finding time for self-care is
Right.
something that is so hard for them to just strategize and say like this 30 minutes is for that. So even for me, building a business which was online took off into the virtual from the physical in that COVID year. And I think it was a little bit of a blessing for me because it allowed me to be a mom in a more focused way that I actually wanted. I'm the kind of person who'd be like, I want to go on a trip, but I want to take my dogs with me. Okay, like many people are not like that. I'll find a way to work out. I mean, this is what was in my mind even with kids. So I was just like, how can I, like, it just maybe subconsciously merged one into the other, which was really cool and lucky. But I am actually quite OCD with time management as well, like the routines for my kids and working around that.
Yeah.
Like you said, using nap times is like a gift. I feel like most moms don't understand how to really utilize a schedule and know when the nap time is coming. I would use my nap times to get in a workout because that's a priority for me. 30-minute nap meant, you know what, get inside my closet, which was like an open area, and do core work for my DR. I did that in my first pregnancy, which was what I wanted to use that 30 minutes for.
Did you use an app?
Yeah, I did. I swear by the apps.
Yes. I thought that I went through quite a few, but the one that stuck to me really was Glow. It just,
I haven't. That sounds cool. I never used. I just use one for scheduling the baby's like feeds and life, and that so helpful, dude. Like I literally, my life just like the first 6 months, I was winging it with Zai. I didn't understand, and then this app just popped up on my screen. Maybe out whinging and whining so much to other people about I don't know whether he wants food or he wants a diaper change. And then once you get that, they just literally work like clockwork.
Exactly, and it was maze because you catch the crankiness before it hits, right?
It's such a
exactly.
It's so true.
Yeah,
that was a big game changer, and I used it so well with Zayn the second time round that right from the beginning, my hardest task has been making my nannies understand that there is a schedule because they're not able to read the cues, and it's all actually so easily written in these apps. I really highly recommend them too. We can maybe put some links into this episode. It was just very useful in giving me a schedule which allowed me to figure out this is the time he has to nap, so I can either get a workout done or whatever it is I need to done. In some cases when I was doing things on my own, it was like, okay, I need to use this time to wash all the bottles and sterilize stuff and clean this area, I don't know, whatever the hell I was doing in the first year. But now with 2 kids, I still have this way of saying that sleep is like the most vital thing in the world. I agree with you and every person on this earth. But bro, it's such a waste of time, man. If I was to be really honest, it's half our life we are sleeping. I have just so many goals in life. I wish I could like use that time. And badly, and not something I'm proud of, I have sacrificed a lot of sleep. Looking after my kids through the night was like my way of wanting to be even more physically close to them. Even though they don't sleep in my bed, they still sleep in their own. But being that person to tend to it and create that habit was something that I was very adamant about doing. So I gave up a lot of sleep, which meant I did a lot of my work for Stronger with Zoe online stuff at night. Like my client plans, again, sitting in my closet. I have no idea why that ended up being the most secret.
Did you just die of heat?
No, bro, I set it up with a fan and a chair, and I was just like, what? I don't mean like a physical closet. Like, you know how you have like a bathroom
closet.
and then you have an outdoor area and then you have the room. So it's like a little corridor. It just felt like quiet. This is my space. Even my workout I did in there, my core workout, because it's quite easy to sit in there. But while my kid was sleeping outside or I'm trying to like sleep train them, so in and out every 10 minutes, I had my laptop and stuff in there. But I have now beginning to feel like I've missed the boat a little bit. I feel like I could have done a lot more. So I like how you brought up this idea of the little table.
Matrix.
Yeah. And I think that work-wise, I'm keen to utilize some of that in getting some of my work off the ground better, because I've literally been trying to make a pre and postnatal app since 2000. I filmed it in 2020. All the videos I'm pregnant and they're just sitting there and I'm just like, am I even saying the same shit?
And the fact is that your husband is a tech guy. I mean,
I know.
For you to build an app is actually the easiest thing to do, right?
know.
Is to work with them to do that.
I think it comes exactly down to what you said, which made me
Yeah.
realize it is like we have lists for those who are organized. Okay, mind you, I have met tons of women and
Yeah.
mums and stuff and worked with who are just not organized at all.
Yes.
Okay, they can't figure out where they're eating, drinking, sleeping,
Yeah.
whatever. It's all like a merge. But even for me, where I said that everything was like fully organized for the day, it was like about deciding like what is of something that is a tedious, more longer task, you put it off,
Oh,
which would be like,
exactly.
okay, fine, sitting and putting voiceovers over 600 workout videos is like something that sounds like the most tedious thing for me. I need quiet time. So you keep like postponing stuff like that. I like this idea of urgent, not urgent, and then seeing like how you can mix it because
Yeah, yeah, just schedule the time. Urgent stuff, important stuff, urgent stuff, important stuff, and then body, your mind gets used to doing that. But for people who've gone back into working, right, I think that the one of the reasons why I also chose to start an online brand is so that I could work from home
mm,
because I was guilty that I'm not sleeping with my child. In
yeah,
the morning before she wakes up, I've already gone for my workout. So if I now go to an office, she ain't gonna see me.
yeah.
I chose then, okay, you know what, build something that you can control from home. And because I had the flexibility to do that, it's been great. And even though that's not something I'm used to doing because I've worked in operations for so long, but so you choose what you can and cannot do based on your
Yeah.
skills.
And we're lucky to be able to have that
Yeah,
opportunity to
choice.
choose. There are,
Yes.
yeah, and that choice. There are so many
Yeah.
women who just don't,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And I think that time invested in different roles, whether it's childcare, which can approximately be, studies show that Indian women spend about 6 hours per day on unpaid care work, which is inclusive of childcare. While in a corporate job,
Dude, I just did Japan.
yeah,
Man, with two kids under 3, like you're talking more like 24 hours. Imagine the people abroad, but I guess they do have like childcare facilities for some in some cases, right?
yeah, I think it's very different, right? In the US, people sleep train a lot, number one. And secondly, they have daycares, right? In India, the whole daycare thing still hasn't picked up. People have more nannies and they seem to work better with staff as opposed to just dropping their kids off.
Yeah.
But the thing is that you end up spending the same amount of time, whether you're a completely dedicated mother versus someone who's going to a 9 to 5 job, which is 8 hours, versus an entrepreneur who's spending 10 hours a day trying to build their business, right? It's all important and all three require, for example, if you are the person, you're like, okay, fine, I'm going to raise my child, you have to sit down and think that, okay, what are the skills that I want to give my child that will help in their brain development, their food, all of that. Obviously, it gets a lot harder when you build in another layer of a job and you're not physically present. And I guess we talk a little more about this in our Fierce and Fearless take homes, but it's all possible. I think
Yeah.
the underlining factor and the belief is that nothing is not possible.
It's possible. And I just want to say that before having kids, if you do not have your shit sorted as a woman and you've had an opportunity, and honestly, I can swear by it, working out will teach you so much.
Hmm.
Self-care will teach you so much about that ways that you can implement discipline and
Yes.
routine and things into your life. And these are not bad things. Like I've had people in my close family be like, oh my God, you're so boring. You're such a boring human because you have a routine or you get up on time, or like
Oh
I
my.
stepped away from doing things that like late nights were
Yeah.
difficult for me because I would have clients early morning. You have to understand your role in your life and then understand your
Yes.
lifestyle needs to fit that and be
100%.
okay with it. Don't be pressurized by family or friends or things like that. See what's important to you. And if you can sort out some of that stuff before you become a mom, you can carry that through into your lifestyle once
Yes.
you have a kid. And then it's all not such a whoa. I think some people are so like unprepared for what is to come. And
Hmm.
using those 9 months, like people just literally use it to sit and eat.
Yeah.
There's so much that's going to change in your emotional space, your private space, your relationship space,
Yeah.
and your career space, right? And now, like,
Yes.
women have such ambitious roles, and we
Yes.
see so much out there of like things that we can and can't do. If you can't sort out your time management and how to discipline yourself and tell me that you can't find time for a 30-minute workout when you don't have kids, like, I literally am like, what? Like, how is that? Are you crazy? Like, I can't
Yes.
find time to sort out my meals. Like, how
Yeah.
is that possible?
Yeah.
That you're then going to go into motherhood and have to provide for other people to eat when you can't find a good time to eat yourself, right?
Yeah. I read
So
this somewhere, which is the first sign of self discipline is controlling what you eat and drink, right?
I, it's so
Yeah.
true.
It's so,
I,
man.
you,
So damn
and
true.
you have to work at it, and you have to
Yeah.
not, it's about just being completely consistent. Like, you need to pick a
Yes.
route and stand by it. You don't give up fast. Like, you have to keep like at it. Like, it's got to
Yeah.
be something that really resonates with you, right? That's how I feel like people need to know themselves. And honestly, a short intense set of workouts for 1 year will set you up straight. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I swear by it. Like, that shit where
Yeah.
you show up every day, you push your body, your mind
Hmm.
gets pushed. Even if you don't want to do it, you still do it.
Yeah.
Like, it teaches you so much. And I feel like exercise transformed me to a different person than I was prior to exercise 10 years ago.
Oh my God, dude. I started working out again after my this whole Amura program, and I am just like loving it. I think that break also did me good. So, and I joined
Yeah,
a new gym for a change of
good.
environment, and
No,
it's
it's
awesome.
the self-care aspect that you just highlighted is something that I think even we have to remember, that as being a mom, you need to take out time, like literally
Yes, you have
strategically
to take
take
our
out
time.
time that is for yourself
So,
and
yeah.
for the bettering of yourself, not necessarily to sit and watch like TV or lie on the sofa, things like that, but to find a way, no, to build yourself mentally,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
physically, mentally, like things that push you, even if it's a good 30-minute walk outdoors in nature. I
Yes.
mean,
Yeah.
it helps.
I totally agree.
My fierce and fearless take home would be, I feel like summing up this whole idea of mastering this juggle of life that it is, especially when you become a mom.
Hmm.
So, motherhood, entrepreneurship, fitness, nutrition, juggling these roles is no small feat. And each of us does it in our unique way. It's about more than just managing time, it's about
Hmm.
prioritizing what truly matters to somebody. For me, it means working late nights at the moment, many times working out in the night or over lunch so that I can be there for my kids when I think that they need it most.
Yeah.
Or even if it costs me quite a few hours of sleep, I'm willing to give that up. But remember, it's okay to ask for help. Lean on your support system if you're lucky to have one. This did take time for me to accept, but it's okay to feel stretched thin sometimes, because you are doing your best for your family and yourself. Don't doubt
Hmm.
yourself. Embrace the chaos, the sacrifices, the moments of doubt,
Hmm.
because within them lies our greatest strength. I'm all about finding and being a stronger person.
Yeah.
So we as mothers find ways to make it all work. And that's our superpower. Honestly, no one else can do it. We are fierce in our love and fearless in our pursuits and resilient in our journeys. So hold on to those late night cuddles, cherish the quiet moments of reflection, and just keep pushing forward, because we are doing incredible jobs and they are worth celebrating. Stay fierce and stay fearless and keep shining bright, even when the days are the toughest.
Awesome. That was lovely. My fierce and fearless, I'm going to talk a bit on the time, right? Like, I truly believe that time is equal to money, and to a degree, even more important than money, right? Because as we're getting older, we're realizing the importance of time more. So, how we plan it, how we plan to spend it is
Yeah.
so important, right? Spend it where you want to spend it, right? Because you're not going to get it back. I mean, the year just started and we're already hitting June. I just don't even know where the time goes. And invest that time in things that you enjoy doing that make you a better person. And if you are a mother who wants to start their own business, and I'm emphasizing that simply because I've done it, you need to understand that it's not important to figure out how you're going to achieve it, right? It's really hard for you to think today when your baby says it's 3 months old, what is it going to be 1 year later? Where is my business going to be 1 year later? But if you've sown the seed, if you've sown the seed that, listen, whatever might not happen, I know I want to start my business, right? Even if you don't have an idea, but you just have an inclination towards entrepreneurship, please nurture it. Nurture it. And if you take out that time, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, deep focus to just figure out what you want to build as an entrepreneur, as a mompreneur, then do it, because there are so many. And I've started interacting with so many mompreneurs, starting going on these shows where there are more mompreneurs talking about their journeys, and it's a different high, right? It's a beautiful high, and you can do it, right? So we spend too much time worrying about the how, and I would request you not to think about how you're going to get there. Just put that seed that, okay, 6 months down the line, I want to know exactly what I'm going to do, how I'm going to sell, and what are my products. That's it. Then just put yourself time, have the faith that you'll figure it out, and I promise you will figure it out. Just be effective, be efficient, be effective, and have that real belief in yourself that you can do it. You can juggle all four things that we have based Fierce and Fearless around. Yeah, that's my take home for today.
Love it, Sonali. I'm getting to the drawing board tonight. Okay, I am literally organizing my stuff like properly. It has been all over the place. I love it. That was a good boost for me.
Awesome. Okay, thank you everyone. Stay fierce, stay fearless.
And that wraps up another episode of Fierce and Fearless. Thank you for tuning in and joining us on this journey.
We hope you're going to walk away with some great insights, feel absolutely inspired, and ready to challenge norms. Come on then, just go and make your mark.
Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on all our latest episodes. And if you loved what you heard today, please leave us a review.
And if you've got questions or you want us to discuss certain topics, just reach out to us. You can send us a message on our social media handles, Zoe Modgill or FeedSmart. We absolutely love hearing from you.
Until next time, stay fierce, stay fearless, and remember, every small step is part of your bigger journey.